Hello, Beauty News family. Welcome to the Beauty News studio with the Beauty News girls on the Beauty News day. We're doing it. It's the October edition of Beauty News. We're out of lockdown. We're in each other's houses. I'm in Kat's house.
Wow. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, my eyelashes are tricking me into thinking I'm falling asleep.
I know, right? It does it to me too. I'm like, wow, I feel really fucking tired.
I've got heavy lids for some reason. Like,
I wonder why.
It's the bottle of wine and the false lashes.
It's true. It's true.
Combo.
Alright guys, so today we're going to be talking about new release beauty products. We've got holiday collabs and like other stuff. I think there are a couple of updates we're going to zoom over, but we're going to do that when we get to them. We're not going to do it at the start because it's just not important. Alright, we're going to start with holiday stuff and
Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween and holiday. We're putting Christmas and Halloween together for holiday. This is from Besame. It's actually pretty cool. It's a limited edition Victorian spider compact. It's a refillable powder compact and it has a spider web and a spider on it, and it's cool. Yeah, it'll cost you your firstborn child and you have to wait 6 months for it to arrive to you, but it's fucking cool. And it actually contains a highlight powder. So the highlight powder looks sick as well. The black enamel compact has Swarovski crystals on them. So, you know, if you think that's fancy, then that's on there. I think it's fancy if it was diamonds. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck about your Swarovski crystals.
That's true.
Like, go for your life, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think it's really cool, but she's expensive.
Yeah, but at least you can keep it and refill it.
Yeah.
Then they have a lot of refill like blushes and powders and other things on the website that fit it as well. So you can refill it.
You can put whatever you want in it.
I just feel like their whole shtick at the moment is compacts. Like they've been doing that Disney thing.
100%.
Yeah. And I think since we last filmed Beauty News, there's like 2 that have come out. Yeah. So yeah, it's just all compacts.
I'm
and highlighters.
very tired of Besame at the moment. I don't like brands that dribble.
The next collection is from Kylie Cosmetics, and this one again is a Halloween collection. It's a pretty cool one though, I'm going to have to admit. This is a collaboration, and we're talking about it. There's a collaboration section coming up, but this fits Halloween a bit better. It's a collaboration with A Nightmare on Elm Street, which I think is pretty cool.
Yep.
I am a fan of horror films, so this does tick a few boxes for me. The products themselves, I think I like the packaging more than anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the collection, there's an eyeshadow palette, a lip lacquer trio, a lip and cheek jelly stain, and some lashes. So these are already out. I do think the lip and cheek jelly stain is kind of cool because it's sort of like is a little tub of blood. And I really like the splattered blood everywhere. On the packaging, they have like the burnt skin, which looks cool. I think what a missed opportunity is though, they had like the PR box that looks like a VHS tape. They should have made that the outside of the palette.
I agree.
But it's very red. It's not super spooky except for the packaging. The packaging makes this awesome. And I think it's a little bit unpredictable as well. Like we do see a lot of properties, you know, Disney, and we can see Pixar and hot sauces and all this kind of stuff. I sort of feel like old school horror.
This is the best one in the
absolutely
the episode. This is the best one I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely, I agree.
This is the best since SpongeBob.
That's true.
Like, and that says a lot because this isn't that great.
No, it's
like,
not.
It's good, but it's not that great.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to get old school horror fans running out and buying it.
100%.
But I do think it's going to make people who maybe have been bored of Kylie come back to browsing. So I think it's successful with that.
It's like, it's not a bad collection. I think it's fairly well thought out. I really think like the potential is so there, like you were saying with that cheek jelly, the lip and cheek jelly. That's fucking clever. Really good spot to release a product like this. Everything else I'm a bit like, the packaging is the best part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Lunar Beauty. We have the Moon Spell Volume 2 palette here. People were really excited for this palette last year.
Yep.
It was really a nice palette. I got it. I tried it. It was great.
I think it was the year before. But anyway, that doesn't matter.
It? Yeah, actually, no, you're right. It was.
ago.
It wasn't last year because last year was the plague.
Accurate.
So this is a volume 2. It is very, very purple heavy. It's a little bit red as well, and then there are some like neutral tones in there. There's also a liquid lipstick and 2 lip glosses in the range. Yeah, look, I bought this palette. The purples are so fucking boring in this, but like,
oh really? They look really impressive.
I'm trying to be not an absolute see you next Tuesday about it, but this palette is the color story, I think, is actually quite a letdown. It's pretty initially when you look at it, but when you're actually using it, there is so much redundancy in the palette. Like there's 3 red shades in there, right? Yeah. And they look different enough, but I can tell you when they're on the eye, they all look the same, except for some slight nuances. Nobody is going to notice a difference. You're even going to barely notice the difference. And it's such a waste. Like, he's got only 6 shimmery shades in there. And then the black is like a matte black with a glitter in it.
Yeah.
It's
too matte heavy.
It's so matte heavy. Sorry, there's actually 8 shimmers in there. And I just feel like, I don't know, I just think in terms of a purple palette, it's actually quite boring. And the only thing I haven't done with this palette yet, because I've done like 2 looks with it, I'm already bored. I know, but that's the only thing I haven't done yet is swatch the purples compared to the ones in the original palette, because I feel like it's going to make it even more redundant.
Yeah, look, it's also a different format, which I'd like, if you're going to bring out a second palette, you sort of want it to mimic the same format, just not the same packaging. The last one didn't have the 4 rows. It had 3 rows. So this is a bigger palette.
Yeah.
And what it is, like you said, it's mainly mattes. And then the top row is like a sparkly formula, which they didn't have in the first one as well.
Yeah.
What confuses me about this, I understand why he's doing a round 2 because that was like crazy popular.
Yeah.
People were talking about that. Even in the Beauty News Awards, people were talking about that.
Yeah.
So I understand that was a really cool concept. And so he'd be crazy not to bring out a volume 2. I just feel like this looks so disjointed compared to the first one. The first one was like, the rows had color stories. It was like purple and then like cool toned sort of nudes and then
it was
greens.
Like greeny. Yep.
Whereas this is just like choppy all over the place. And I feel like it misses what made the first one interesting.
I'm wondering if he intended for the shades to be used in the rows. I feel like this had so much potential because my favorite color combo is actually red and purple.
Yeah.
Right? I think that color combo is absolute fire, but the problem is a lot of the shades that are sparkly and add dimension to the eye are really bland and boring.
Yeah.
And you've got them in spades in your collection.
Yeah.
Where is the sparkly red, the metallic red?
Yeah. Well, that bright coral.
Like, you know, it's just, yeah.
I am interested in the lip products though. Here's liquid lipstick. I think I've got the red from the last collection. I love it. It's not matte. It's like a cream liquid lipstick, but it lasts so well because it's so pigmented. And I really like the colour of this Hello's Eve one. So anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
All right, we've seen the MAC holiday collection. We're not going to run through everything because MAC bombard us with an onslaught of packs.
Yes.
We are seeing some classic holiday things, lip vault, sparkly single eyeshadows, which I'm not going to lie,
beautiful.
I'll probably buy a couple of those. You've got your lipsticks, limited edition shade lipsticks, lip glosses, palettes, there's highlighter palettes, there's cheek products, there's everything.
look
Like
at
we
these
see so many of them.
Gimmicky. What?
I know, they look horrible. But I think what used to be interesting is seeing what theme MAC went for every year.
And this year it looks like circus theme.
Look, it looks like, it looks circus meets peppermint candy. But it's done in such a shit way.
It's so ugly. I feel like they do this every year though. They alternate one good year, one shit year.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. They put money into packaging one year and then they cheap out to save money the following year.
They let Brenda in accounting design the packaging.
And that's what this is. The design isn't even taken all the way to the end of like the caps and stuff. It just looks like someone stuck a cheap sticker on things.
It does. It's
so
ugly.
The packaging's not going to get people this year, in my opinion. But some of the things are nice.
The eyeshadows,
eyeshadows always
beautiful.
Get me. I'm not going to lie.
Interesting.
Because they look like they're that sparkly texture that they bring out every Christmas, and I'm tempted every Christmas.
Yeah, I know. If the colour is right, then I'm all over
we can browse in store as of next week, so I will look. I will see. Speaking of boring, Morphe Holiday Collection has been revealed and it's already launched. They're saying this festive season you get to glow big. From supersized bestsellers to exclusive value sets, this larger-than-life holiday collection is all about gifting, getting, and going after absolutely everything you want. So...
oh, shit. Morphe,
So there's a 35X Big Primpin Artistry palette, the 9X Lil Extra Artistry palette, Make It Big Trio. I think it's a mini mascara, a mini lip product, and a mini liquid liner in that little pack. There's the Jumbo Continuous Setting Mist, and there's also the Best of Blends 7-piece brush set. So essentially there's a big brown... This is them, I'm not shitting you, taking old palettes from the back of their warehouse back in the 35 brown days.
Yeah, 35B.
And then they're just putting a nicer packaging on it. That's all that is.
More Morphe. This is actually not holiday. This is
just collaboration.
It's a collaboration, but
it's chasing after everything you absolutely want.
Exactly.
So we may as well talk about it all together.
It's from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. I can't believe this is happening. I thought these days were over. Like I thought we discussed this.
You know, the owner of Morphe and Jaclyn Hill both love money.
They do.
So
they do indeed. Yes.
I could see that if someone said to me, do you think round 4 is happening with Jaclyn Hill? I'd be like, yeah, probably. Like, let's be real. Yeah. Probably the case. Now, I did actually watch her sort of reveal Instagram story or video. It was ages ago. It was at the start of the month. This was coming up when I was editing last episode. Yeah. So it was a month ago. So this is essentially a 12-pan palette. It's got 6 mattes and 6 shimmers, and they're supposed to be wearable to wowable.
They're also crafted for 30% more colour impact.
Oh, look, do you know what is a pet peeve of mine? When you talk anything bad about the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palettes and her fans come on your videos and go, but she made sure that they were pressed differently so the colour payoff was the best it could possibly be. No other brands do that. Yeah, they fucking do. They do that. They press the pans differently for the different formulas.
All of them.
All brands do that for all fucking shades. And if you're not sure, even watch that, don't want to say his name, but Jeffrey Star, I was going to say Jeffrey Shed. Jeff Shed. Shane Dawson documentary where they have to send back eyeshadows to be like, this needs to be pressed differently because it's too firm or too loose. That's what quality control, that's how people develop eyeshadows. It's not fucking Jack Attack's brainchild. Like,
she's telling the truth.
It's just how brands make eyeshadows. Anyway, so they're going to start saying, but she formulated it in a magical way with pixie dust to make it 30% extra. No, they didn't. They did nothing of the sort.
Full of shit.
Anyway, the whole justification behind this was the same justification of why Jeffree Star collaborated with Morphe, which was because when you have a, well, we don't know.
Oh,
but
when you have a
brand, they're like, why didn't you release this in your brand?
Yeah.
And the justification always is, we can't mass produce something and make it this cheap, essentially, because Morphe sell more. Well, they probably make cheaper shit to begin with, but they also sell it at a higher volume for cheaper. So that's the justification. But she also said that because her last palettes, like she had the big ones and then the vaults of the small ones, that people have come to her and just said, what's a good basic palette? I just want a basic palette. And she's like, well, there's a market for that. No, there's not. Do you know how many basic palettes there are out there? They don't need a fucking another one from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. But there you go. It's essentially a brown palette. Half matte, half shimmer. The next coming of Jesus, I've been told.
I hate it.
To be fair, though, I probably
It's
wear
nice.
it. I don't want
like
it.
it.
I don't want it, and I won't buy it. But out of all her palettes these days, I'm like, I'll wear it.
The shimmers are
Same thing.
fucking dime a dozen. Yeah, absolute dime a dozen. I've got these in spades. I do like the matte shades, but I think she's too mid-tone heavy.
There's 3 shades that look exactly the same.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, whatever. I'm not buying it.
No.
I already bought Manny's palette. Okay, let's talk about holiday stuff, since that's what we're meant to be talking about. Let's do Natasha Denona. So we've seen the Mini Metropolis palette, which is a little 5-pan palette, and we've seen the Baby Glam palette. Is it called Baby Glam?
Yeah.
Nano Glam. Baby Glam. Cool. So the Mini Metropolis also comes with a little eyeshadow blending brush, which is cool.
And it features 3 existing shades from the Metropolis palette. Now, mind you, it was limited edition. It's not available anymore. But if you wanted it, it was around for a very long time.
Oh, it was around for so long that if you wanted it and didn't get it,
Shame on you.
were you even alive?
Did you really want it?
Yeah.
Because
Were you really a Natasha Denona fan?
Yeah.
Because I have questions.
yeah, look, that's a nice palette, and I understand, again, similar to Manny, trying to piggyback off a previous bestseller that was around for a long time. I don't think it's necessary, though. I do like the Baby Glam. I think that's a nice little capsule trio, and I would like to see her do more of those. I think that's a good sort of avenue instead of, the big palettes.
Yeah.
But I will put money on it. This is just the start of holiday releases. She always releases a bigger palette.
Does. Yeah.
So there is more to come. But these
I
are
am
available
surprised that she did a Mini Metropolis palette.
Yeah.
Now that Metropolis is gone. And also, I look at this palette and I think if you swapped out that green shade for a red shade, it's just a Christmas palette.
Yeah.
She could have done a whole trio of them. The shade in the center, red, green, silver.
All right, we're going to assume this is holidays because it's limited edition and it's around the holiday season, but it's not specifically holiday themed. It's by Patrick Tar, and Patrick Tar has come to Australia. I can't wait to browse the shops and actually stick my fingers in some of the makeup. That's going to be me next week. But this is a blush palette. So it's the Major Headlines blush palette, and similar to his blush duos that he released permanently. Well, they're essentially 3 shades in 2 different formulas each. So there's 6 pans, a cream and a powder that complement in 3 new color stories. So there's She's a Doll, which is a poppy pink, She's Vibrant, which is a vibrant orange red, and She's Baked, which is a tanned mauve. And again, there's a powder pan and a cream pan. Do you need all of these shades in one palette? Probably not. I still think the duos are a smarter move.
Yeah.
But it's fun if you want to play around with colour and texture.
If you like it, you like it. I'm glad we've got Patrick Tar at Sephora Australia. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
It was time we had like an actually like punchy
Decent
brand.
Yes, I agree.
I've been waiting. All right, let's talk about Too Faced. we've seen part of their holiday collection. So there are stacks of packs, lots of little ornaments. There is another Better Than Sex Vault, which we see every year. You've got the lip plumping pack, which we see every year. Little stocking stuffers. There's palettes, which I've got to say the palettes are really like screaming 2020 to me. They look very similar to last year's, don't they?
Look, there are some palettes that definitely look like last year's, but I'm getting major like 2016 vibes from this because in the last couple of years, I think they were really going the gingerbread.
Yes.
This year they've gone back to almost the Parisian vibe.
Hot chocolate.
No, but like look at this, like melted in Paris.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
these palettes with the buildings on it.
Yes, so they did the Grand Chateau.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there was like
The
a
La
sweet
Belle
shop.
Carousel and the sweet shop. Yeah.
So I feel like it's going back to that vibe. They haven't actually brought out a new idea. They're just rehashing something they did about 5 years ago.
But they're not even doing it as cool because these aren't 3D palettes.
Yeah. They're just taking the same sort of graphics. And what they've done is they've brought out a melted matte liquid lipstick set, but it's not like they did the last couple of years where they have limited edition colours in different scents that are minis. They've literally brought out some existing things like gingerbread man's in there.
Lady Balls, My Type, Gingerbread Man, and Bottomless.
So it's not
They're
exciting.
saying that they're four best-selling shades.
Okay, there we go. It's not as special as it was.
No.
I think the only thing in this collection that I'd be tempted to get, and a lot of people would put me down for the melted matte liquid lipstick set because that's always what I love, and I love their previous ones. This one I'm not interested in.
No.
I like the You're So Hot.
So do I.
It's the lip gloss in the cocoa sort of colour and
it's
the
beautiful
cute
colour.
Yeah, and the cute little hot chocolate bronzer. I think that's so cute.
I hate those lip injection things though.
Yeah, that's
They're
true.
like, I don't like them. Yeah.
Love the colour though.
Colour's beautiful. Yeah.
I'd be tempted to get it, to be fair. But I probably wouldn't use the lip product, you're right. I always try to use them and I'm like, oh yeah, tingling lip balm, fine, I'll tolerate it. And then I just wipe it off after half an hour because I'm like, I don't like it.
You know, you get it on your tongue and I'm just like, this is fucking annoying. All right? It's annoying. So, yeah. Oh, well.
All right, before we do move on to collabs, Too Faced have shown that they're bringing out a fragrance soon enough. So this was sort of leaked. So Jared came out to show it and talk about it. He's saying it's been in the works for a long time. And it's the Better Than Sex fragrance. So it's supposed to be sultry and seductive with a mix of sugared peach, spicy vanilla, and a hint of burning rose. So it's spiked with a whisper of a man's cologne. There you go. It's supposed to be for modern women and men who want to make a statement in the bedroom and beyond. So I think that's coming sometime next year.
When I hear that, I'm just like, nobody is thinking that when they're wearing that perfume.
I don't put perfume on in the morning to be like, I can't wait to smell good in the bedroom and beyond. I honestly don't do that.
I hope this complements the feelings of like just feeling fresh today.
Yeah. Yes, I see it as being like, for me, I like fragrance because I see it as being like clean underpants, bit of fragrance, and you're sort of
like polishing yourself off before you go out the front door. Not
to get like
spray this on my vag and jump in bed.
No. Yeah, and that's the thing that I find really
surefire way to get a yeast infection.
Go straight to the doctors.
Yeah.
That's what I find really frustrating about Jared's approach to makeup in general.
So do I. Yeah.
I really feel like he pushes the narrative that you wear makeup and wear perfume to get laid.
Maybe that's who he wants his client base to be. I mean, he did do a collection with Erica Jane.
You should spray perfume on her vag.
Yeah.
He'll send her a couple of bottles. That's all
Oh,
right.
I'm sure. And she'll probably get they'll get taken off her by the IRS.
Before we continue this week's episode, we do have some sponsors. When I'm looking to chill out, I like to watch TV, and I always look for things that I can be really invested in. I want shows that grab my attention, they keep me interested in the story and the characters, and that's why Sundance Now is really great. They have super interesting shows with entertaining characters and stories that I'm keen to watch. Sundance Now is an ad-free streaming service created by AMC Networks for people who appreciate riveting storytelling and fresh perspectives. If meaningful shows are your escape, then Sundance Now is definitely for you. Sundance Now offers the best of true crime series, dramas, and thrillers from all over the world. Their original series Dead Places, One Lane Bridge, and The Trial in the Outback, the Lindy Chamberlain story, are sure to keep you entertained and enthralled. The Trial in the Outback is the one that hits home for me. It's about Lindy Chamberlain, an Australian woman who in 1980 claimed that a dingo had taken and killed her 9-week-old baby while she was camping. We're talking about the Australian outback here, over 40 years ago. So there was obviously very little evidence to support Lindy's claim of innocence, and she was convicted of murder. She spent 30 years trying to prove her innocence. It's a very, very interesting and horrendously sad story. So you can stream Sundance Now on all your favorite devices for as low as $4.99 a month. You just download the app or watch online and discover exclusive shows from around the world instantly. Start streaming your next obsession. Try Sundance Now free for 30 days by going to sundancenow.com and use promo code BEAUTY. That's sundancenow.com. promo code BEAUTY for 30 days of free streaming. Again, that's sundancenow.com, code BEAUTY. On Wondery's podcast, Even the Rich, co-hosts Brooke and Arisha share the story behind some of the most famous and infamous people in history. In this season, Even the Rich, Murdoch's real-life succession story, they explore the incredible rise of Rupert Murdoch and the battle of succession over his global media empire. And yes, he and his infamous family were the inspiration for HBO's Succession, so you know that the real-life version of this story is packed with intrigue, betrayal, and sibling rivalry to the max. Since the early 60s, Rupert Murdoch has gone from the founder of a small newspaper to the most powerful media mogul in the world and one of the richest men on the planet. But now he must contend with his children, each more ambitious than the last, vying for his attention and ultimately control of his empire when he steps down. Even the Rich, Murdoch's real-life succession story, covers the past, present, and future of the Murdoch dynasty. Okay, so I'm an Aussie, and Rupert Murdoch, well, he's an Australian American. Rupert Murdoch is very well known in Australia and probably not very well loved. So I was interested to hear how Brooke and Arisha would share his story. Now, I don't want to give anything away, but I have to give props to the girls. I love that they've got a little bit of sass. They do try to whip out the Aussie accents, and listen, the girls even sometimes give trigger warnings for the accents. They aren't always great. However, sometimes they do hit just right. I also love that the girls have a little bit of swears in there. Feels very down to earth for me. And besides all of that stuff that makes the girls feel very real and like they could be my friend, they also tell a fantastic story. You can listen to Even the Rich on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app. What are your favourite fall scents? Is it pumpkin spice everything? The scent of a burning log fire? That's my favourite. How about a cozy, comforting fall meal? Did you notice I didn't ask about the smell of a litter box? Yeah, that's because no one wants their home to smell like kitty litter, especially as it gets colder and people spend more time inside. That's why now is the perfect time to switch to Pretty Litter. Pretty Litter is kitty litter reinvented. Unlike traditional litter, Pretty Litter's super light crystals trap odor and release moisture, resulting in dry, low maintenance litter that doesn't smell. Plus, Pretty litter is safer for your cat and for the whole household. Many conventional litters contain irritants that can aggravate allergies and asthma, but Pretty Litter's super light crystal base minimizes mess and dust. Pretty Litter arrives safely at your door in a small, lightweight bag that lasts up to a month. Having bags auto-shipped means you don't have to deal with last-minute trips to the store, and shipping is free. But above all else, here's why Pretty Litter is a pet parent's hero. It's a health indicator. Pretty Litter monitors your cat's health by changing colours when it detects potential underlying issues. You won't find that kind of innovation in conventional litter.
I have 2 cats and I love them very much. But what makes me love them even more is when I come home and my apartment doesn't smell like kitty litter. What I love about Pretty Litter, not only does it help me keep an eye on my 11-year-old cat with bladder infection problems, but it helps control odours for up to a month. Fantastic.
Make the switch to Pretty Litter today. It's just good sense. Go to prettylitter.com and use promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off your first order. That's prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off. Again, that's prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS.
Okay, let's talk about collabs. We're gonna start with Colourpop. That looks like. So we're going to talk about Colourpop and the NBA collection. That's right. So this is 6 teams, 6 collections. They're out now. You've got the Boston Celtics, Chicago Bulls, Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, and the Miami Heat.
Which looks like testicles.
It does. It looks like testicles. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So these collections consist of a bag, a palette, 2 coloured liners, and a Glitterly Obsessed, and apparently stickers.
Yeah, a pack of stickers.
Glitter face stickers. I do imagine if you're a massive, like, people who are massive sport fans would get behind this, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look, I've seen a lot of people saying, who asked for this? What the
Sports
fuck?
fans. And makeup lovers.
I don't see this as being any different from when they collaborate with the musician.
Yeah.
Because unless you're a big fan of the musician, who asked for that? So I don't like this, but I also don't like the majority of the collaborations they come out with.
I see this having more purpose.
Yes, I agree.
Because I can literally picture a Lakers fan
wearing it to a game.
The colours represent the teams.
And people often do the face paint and stuff. So I do think it's a smart idea, but I think it's poorly executed. And what I mean by that is I don't think they should advertise it, fine. I feel like the NBA should have approached Colourpop and said, can you create packs for the team's merchandise stands?
Do you know
what I mean? Like similar to when Kylie, I think she did makeup for a music festival or something that her partner was running.
That's right.
Whatever it was. I feel like this is merchandise for the game or that you should buy pre-game. I do think there's a place for this. I'm surprised more brands haven't jumped on the whole people love sporting teams and they will wear the colours all over their face sort of bandwagon. I just feel like, I think did Madonna do a collaboration with Too Faced and it was merchandise at her shows?
Yeah.
I feel like it should be similar to that.
Yeah.
I think putting it worldwide on the website doesn't make much sense. There are some worldwide fans out there, but
it's going to be a lot smaller than the US base.
Yeah.
Fan base. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, if you want it, you can get it. And now we're seeing fucking face stickers from Colourpop.
And burning testicles on my eyeshadows.
That photo is great, isn't it?
It's horrible. It's like it's teabagging through a basketball hoop.
Yeah. And they're like... Hipdot and Tapatio, they have released a collection. There is a palette 3 loose glitters, 4 lip products, and a sponge. Now the palette is an 11-pan palette. There is 3 pressed glitters, 3 matte colourful shades, 6 matte colourful shades, and 2 large pans of black and white. And the palette is designed to create sugar skull looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like that. I don't think I've seen much makeup that, so this is Day of the Dead sort of inspired, and I don't think I've seen brands specifically bring out a palette to create the sugar skull makeup.
No.
I still don't get the hot sauce thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't really understand how did you decide that this collection was going to go with hot sauce?
Yeah.
Is it just because the hot sauce is literally like, it's hot sauce, man, what the fuck can we do with it?
Yeah.
It's, the founder is Mexican, so
That's
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, let's go cliche.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit weird. Look, I'm going to say, since the last time we talked about their first collection, which was more just inspired by the hot sauce,
Yeah.
I have tried this hot sauce. It's okay. I've tried quite a few hot sauces in lockdown because my local shops started stocking heaps of different types of hot sauce.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, yeah, I'll try that. I still think Frank's red hot sauce is better.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't buy makeup inspired by it. I'll put it on my food.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put it on my face.
Yeah.
But I do like that this can create a look. Another collaboration that Hipdot have released is another one that's a little bit strange. This is more Hipdot vibe in my opinion.
Yeah.
So this is with the Addams Family, but it's specifically with the new animated film. So it's Addams Family 2, and it's like the computer generated CGI cartoon. I don't think about this when I think about the Addams Family. I think about the original TV show, the black and white TV show. I think about the movies that came out in like the 90s. I do not think about this, and I think this is strange. It also just looks like a repackaged. Well, firstly, the shape of the pack looks like the Kat Von D.
It does.
What was that?
The
Saint Sinner.
Saint Sinner palette.
Yeah, that came out a few Christmases ago.
Yeah.
In the collection, you get the Spells and Hexes pigment palette, the Morticia lipstick trio, and the limited edition enamel pin. It's all available now if that floats your boat. The video that's playing on the screen makes me want to fall asleep.
Yeah, it's very fucking boring. Far out.
You can say that again.
Okay, let's talk about another collaboration. This time it is with Illamsqua and Amy Winehouse. So this consists of a bunch of products that basically you're meant to use to recreate Amy's signature look. So there's a cream blush in Pixie, Sheer Veil lipstick in Over, there's the mascara in Raven, the eyebrow cake in Camden, corner false lashes, we would love them, in Just Friends, and the liquid eyeliner is called, obviously, Back to Black. There's also a 32-page magazine which gives an insight into Amy and her signature look, and it comes in a collectible beauty box. It's only £50.
Yeah, which is really good for that amount of product. Also, what's interesting, so most of the products here are existing products but new shades, except for the cream blusher and the Sheer Veil lipstick, because she actually wore those.
Them, yeah.
So it makes sense that Illamsqua have paired up with her estate to create this as a tribute because she actually wore their makeup.
Yeah.
And back then, Illamsqua would have been fairly new. So it would have been like pairing with a pretty small sort of indie brand.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nice tribute. What's interesting, and they do go into more detail on the website about this, they talk about a portion of the sales going to the Amy Winehouse Foundation. It's not a portion of the sales that, like a portion of the proceeds that they make. It's the estate saying, we don't want to take money, so instead pay the charity.
Yeah.
So it's not as if they're like out of our pocket, we're giving money to the charity. It's just the estate saying, we don't want to make the money from it.
Yeah.
Give it to the charity. So it's interesting that like, yeah, portion's going. Not the portion that you'd be putting in your pockets anyway, mate.
No.
But
yeah.
yeah, I think it's a smart move, and this is a nice tribute, even though it's boring and it does have basic packaging. It doesn't have any limited edition packaging, which I do think is a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
I do think I would like to see more of this. So more boxes we can recreate someone's look rather than here's a Prince palette with just colours that we have decided represent Prince.
Yeah. Whereas these are, I mean, it's a bit hard for a look like this to be like, you know, these colours represent Amy and not be able to take it seriously because her whole, like, these are actual products that she wore.
Yeah.
The lipstick and the blush. Black eyeliner. Any brand can get that one right. Black mascara. Any brand can get that particular product right. And a brown cake eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Again, like the products are so simple that it is so easy to get it right. Especially when the actual colours are actual products that she wore.
Yeah.
But like you said, being Urban Decay and being like, this is what it sounds like when doves cry. Like, no.
Yeah.
Honey, that's not. Shut up.
Yeah.
And don't tell us what to do.
I feel like I want to see more brands, and this is going to sound stupid, but I want to see more brands focus on makeup as being makeup.
Yeah.
So these are products that you can use to recreate this look or to recreate a smoky eye or recreate a blah, rather than you're buying this because packaging.
Yeah,
you're buying this
you
because
love
property.
That property.
Yeah,
you
you're a
love
fan,
that
so you have to
style.
spend money.
Yeah.
Like I would like to see brands curate collections from like with the help of makeup artists saying, if you want to create this vibe, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
I feel like that is using makeup in a really what unfortunately these days is like an old school way, like a more technical way. I want to see more of that rather than just the shove the fun packaging down your throat.
Yeah.
Because
and hope that things sell based around somebody's name.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of brands selling shit and hoping that people are going to buy them because of the properties, Revolution Beauty. So we've seen the Simpsons collection. We touched on that briefly last month. I'm not going to go into detail because fuck that shit. We've also seen the Matrix collection come out. But what we've seen this week is the Friends Round 4 collection. This is actually Thanksgiving and pumpkin spice themed. So it is a little bit more seasonal, but there's a whole bunch of crap here. Another brand that has jumped on the Friends bandwagon is Kathleen Lights' nail polish brand.
Lights Lacquer.
Lights Lacquer has brought out a Friends collection as well. So there we go. Look, the colours are
like the
representative.
packaging.
Yeah, it's got the couch on it. The colours are quite representative of the show. So there's that.
If I had to choose one collection to say...
Out of the Friends ones.
Yeah. Lights Lacquer fucking wins without a shadow of a doubt.
I agree.
Yeah.
Another brand that we previously have praised for doing good collaborations. Here's another one. Is this good? Look, I think it's cute and I think the packaging is done well. But again, like I just said, I'm at a stage where I want makeup that delivers good
All of it.
makeup, not just cute packaging. I'm over the cute packaging. I've seen it to death. But Wet n Wild, they have launched their little Twin Stars collection. So a lot of this has been broken down into the pink and the blue, representing each twin. But there is a large Cotton Candy Clouds eyeshadow palette. There's 2 cheek trios. There's sponges, so like a mint one, a pink one. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. It's cute. If you like the property, you'll like it. I want good makeup.
Yeah, same. Okay, let's move into other stuff. We're going to talk about Norvina Cosmetics. Apparently now it's a thing. It's not just under ABH.
Yeah, so previously the palettes were like ABH Norvina, whereas now Norvina Cosmetics has its own Instagram account. And even though these products are available at AnastasiaBeverlyHills.com, they're trying to really position it as a different brand.
Yeah. ABH will be my one true love, and Norvina will be the colourful shit that I'm interested in for
I feel
5
like
minutes.
I feel like it's the
yin and the yang,
the devil and
the
angel.
Yeah. Okay, so basically what we have here are
Chroma
Stix. There's 16 shades, and they're whatever you want them to be, basically. They're just colourful sticks for the face and or body. They're matte finish, they refuse to budge, smudge or fade, and should have 8+ hours of wear. They're out now. So yeah.
I like them.
Fair enough.
I won't run out and buy them, but I do feel like there's some nice colours here that is very hard to find in a nice liner form.
Yeah.
Unless you track down obscure indie brands or makeup artist brands and find, you know, gel liners or something. I feel like if this formula is good, this is actually needed in the market.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like if I walk through Sephora, which Norvina stuff, the palettes are at Sephora, so maybe these will come to Australia.
Yeah.
If I walk through Sephora and I want a mint green pencil liner,
it's
very hard to find.
Yeah.
So I think this is needed. I don't mind this. If the formula is good, I like it. All right, we've got a couple of releases from Glossier, and normally I'm like, this is boring, but I actually really like these two. I like the 2 releases.
I have a problem with the name of this product. Like, I get it's meant to be like the Balm.com. I get that. But also that's fucking cringy and you're embarrassing everyone.
Look, so what this is, anyway, it's a new limited edition shade and scent of their Balm.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's buttery, cinnamony, sweet flavour wrapped in a caramel tint. It's available now for $12 and again, it's limited edition. I think this looks delicious, sounds delicious. I want to put this on my mouth. I want to wear this all day long. I do agree with you. The name Balm.com is like cringe 2010.
But
but
so bad.
This lip balm I think has been around for quite a long time.
Yeah, I know.
But I do think they should rename it. I do agree.
They need to revamp that.
Yeah, that's bad. What else they've brought out, which I also like, these are monochromatic eyeshadow trios. So they're refillable, and they are trios that sort of like all match the lovely colour story. So they have a matte satin and metallic, and there's 10 colour variations available. So you have rich terracotta, a peachy pink, a neutral rose, a cool lilac, a soft taupe, a rosy brown, a rich olive, a golden yellow, a warm orange, and a chocolate brown. They're $22 each. And I think, look, I like this as well. Like, I don't really like the packaging. I feel like there's some wasted space and it's not the best. I feel like these could
have been like little, like this fucking big.
Yeah.
Just make them tiny and then put tiny little magnets on the back so you can stack them and all, like, you can own all 10 and they're all fucking itty bitty.
Yeah.
And they'll all stack together and only take up like this much space.
But I feel like there's at least 3 or 4 of these that I can be like, I can see myself reaching for these on a daily basis. I think this is smart.
Usually, like, when you're talking about like trios, quads and quints, the smaller they are, like, and I'm talking like make those pans tiny, like the half or the size of a 5-cent piece or something, you know, make them really small. There's no reason not to have a fuckload of them. Especially if they're refillable with the pans.
Refillable. I think that's a good idea. Look, as long as the formula's good, we can't access Glossier here unless you want to pay an arm and a leg in shipping, forwarding services. But I think that's smart. And I do want to see more brands do that kind of thing. Refillable and sort of nice capsule colour stories that people can just put in their handbag, do on the way to work.
Yep.
whatever. I think that's post-pandemic life.
Yes. Okay, we have something here from Hindash. It is the Heroline. We think it is a play on words of like hero liner and also like
Heroine.
Female hero. Yeah, heroine. So this is an ultra black high precision eyeliner. It's 100% vegan, 24-hour wear, transfer, heat and humidity resistant, brush tip, intuitive grip. Oh, I like that. It's $23. It's available now. And they say it has a smooth, constant ink flow. It's heroic. I do love a brush tip liner, pen liner. If it was a felt tip liner, it would break my heart a little bit.
Yeah. I think the marketing images of this look superb. And I also like the container. It looks classy. It almost looks like something that a graphic designer would use.
Yeah, actually it
when
does,
drawing,
doesn't it?
or like an illustrator or something.
Yeah.
It looks really, really cool. I believe I have this at my PO box waiting for me, so I can't wait to use it. But I have high hopes. His formula of eyeshadow, so good. It's literally a matte eyeshadow that blends itself.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I have high expectations for this brand, and I don't think, like, I'll let you know in a week when I actually get around to picking it up and using it. But I don't think he would release an eyeliner, especially being known for being really precise with liner techniques. I don't think he'd release something that's shit. I'm just going to put it out there. So
I have every confidence in this.
Yeah, and also the price point, like $23 is
completely reasonable.
It's pretty expensive if you're used to like Maybelline, but if you are used to spending a bit of money on a decent eyeliner, that's a really fair price.
It is, yeah. I mean, if we convert it to Australian dollars, you pay $23 for a fucking Maybelline eyeliner here in Australia. So
that's true, we do.
There we go. Let's talk about Huda and all of the things that she has for us. We'll start with Huda Beauty. We have a rose quartz collection. So this consists of one of her large 18 pan palettes, and it has her what do we call it? Petri dish.
Yeah.
The Petri dish shade is back in the middle. She also has her marble formula in there. So, you know, she hasn't come up with anything new for this
No, she's
palette.
saying powerfully pigmented mattes, multi-shimmer marble creams, insane duochrome formulas, innovative metallics and serious sparkle, and a crushed stone pearly gloss hybrid. So a lot jam-packed in there, but we have seen them.
It's all existing.
Yeah, it's all existing formulas.
There is also the rose quartz face gloss, which is just a gigantic petri dish.
They're saying Slippery is back and bigger than ever, with stunning gold and pink pearls that give the sexiest sheer rosy glow. So wasn't the last one called Slippery?
Yeah, it was called Slippery.
That was what the shade was called, but it was like a reddy, little chunks of red in there.
There's also the Silk Balm Rose Quartz Illuminating Lip Balm. So it's infused with real rose quartz powder, which is super helpful. And then in that same collection, but from Wishful Skin, they have released the Rose Quartz Lift and Glow Peel Off Mask. It's a peel off mask. Peels off in one piece. You put it on, it dries, you peel it off. We've all been there, done that.
But this one's pink and shiny.
Yeah. Need
Hooray.
that. It looks like there's also brushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is the petri dish.
Yeah.
Look, at least she's lent into it. Like, I don't think it was a good product. It was literally like a jelly texture with little pearls of pigment.
Yeah.
And so you're putting this sort of like, it's not quite a gloss because it's a little bit more slippery than a gloss, with a very small amount of pigment in it. And depending on which one you got, some were really packed with pigment and others were really, really sheer. So I didn't think it was a successful formula, but clearly it made people buy her last palette and might make people buy at least this highlighter. The palette, the colour story, look, it's the same old with Huda. Not only does it get repetitive, but I look at the photo and I'm like, okay, there's some cool colours. It looks quite like greeny, some cool tones, some browns. And then I look at swatches and I'm like, pink and purple. Yeah. It's all fucking pink and purple again. So for me, it's kind of, everything Huda creates looks interesting and then it leans super pink.
The next thing that we've seen from Huda is from the Glowish range. These are powders and blushes. So we've got the Luminous Pressed Powder. It comes in 13 shades. It's got ugly red bell pepper in it. I had to do it. All that, stuff, non-drying, doesn't settle into fine lines. And she uses shade 5 in medium. And then there's the Cheeky Vegan Blush. Again,
ugly red bell pepper.
Yeah, all those things, 4 shades.
And also, I think the Petri dish is spreading because Essence released a collection that a lot of people, when they saw the palette, they thought it was a mini Huda palette. It's not. Essence is getting sneaky and
sued.
No. Well, that'd be interesting. But I don't think you can sue over that. But
no,
they are copying. So this is just a coffee themed collection.
I like the palette.
Except for the little... And they're doing a weird swirly thing.
I know.
Huda didn't do the swirl. This is their latest trend edition. So it's Coffee to Glow. And it's available from October through to January. So that's their sort of seasonal trend edition. There is an eyeshadow palette, a coffee lip scrub, an under eye energy treatment, body and mind wake up mist, highlighter beans. This is actually cute.
Super cute.
They're like highlighter balls, so similar to all those high-end brands that do it, but they look like little coffee beans.
I really like it.
Very cute. I think that's smart. There's also a face scrub, a body scrub, and a scented highlighter brush. There we go.
I like this collection. From Lisa Eldridge, we have seen some new lipsticks that she is releasing in the True Velvet line. So there's 4 new shades. We've got Velvet Intrigue, which is a light peach rose beige. There's Velvet Petal, which is a warm pink. Velvet Blush Lightly is a medium muted berry. And Velvet Cinnabar is a burnt ochre warm brown red. These are all, well... They've already launched, probably sold out. Yeah. We are also seeing sneak peeks of a foundation. We don't know when this releases. We just know it's coming soon in 40 shades. And it's going to be called the Seamless Skin Foundation. It's meant to be intelligently formulated, skin-friendly foundation with a customizable medium coverage that can be dialed up or down. Self-setting. It blends effortlessly, blah, 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 mesh-like ingredients, stuff, things, foundation.
Yeah, I have confidence this will be good.
Yeah.
I think all her formulas have been good so far, and that's why her products sell out so quickly.
Yeah.
So I think she's onto a winner, and I have faith it's going to be a nice foundation.
Yeah. I would like to... I'm just waiting to see this sort of in action because I like her highlighter.
Yes.
And I feel like her lip products... I like her lip products, but I'm not like chomping at the bit to buy more.
The matte ones are nice.
Yeah.
I do think
I've tried the lip gloss and they're nice as well, but I'm not like...
Yeah, look, I can understand why people love the matte ones. I've only got 1 shade and it's very nice. It's sort of light, very sort of matte, but not super dry. It's a very nice formula, but do I need to replace all my lipsticks with all of them?
Yeah,
no, they're not that nice and they're very expensive. Yeah. But as a treat yourself, like if you're going to a fancy thing and you wanted like a memory of a lipstick, or you got a wedding, I can imagine someone being like, I'll treat myself, but it's not so great that I need to run out and get all shades.
Whereas when it comes to her base products, I'm a little bit more like, ooh, I do want to
The blushes, I know people had issues with the packaging.
Yeah, that packaging is actually not that great.
Because you've got to squeeze the heck out of it. It's too thick for it. But they blend like a dream.
They're beautiful.
Even on my oily skin, you just like touch it on, it's like blended.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think she's good with formulations for sure. All right, we've seen some new lip products from By Mario, which is Makeup by Mario's brand. This collection contains matte lipsticks and also lip liners. So they're saying that the matte lip color, it sounds like a dream. It's meet your most comfortable matte lip color, available in 20 delicious shades. This next generation matte lipstick is super comfortable with a soft suede-like feel. My formula is weightless, long-lasting, and features a blurring effect for a soft focus finish. Think of it as your lips, but better. Sounds like everything you need in a lipstick and more. Yeah. But pretty much there's 20 shades. They go through nude, peachy pinks through to deep plums. $24 US. They're available now. There's also the Ultra Suede Sculpting Lip Pencils. These come in 12 shades and they're saying it's a full coverage matte formula infused with emollients for extra comfort, does not feather or bleed, also has lip lock technology which extends the wear of your lipstick, and contour shape technology that creates the ideal definition for any lip shape. It also has a dual-ended brush that blends and blurs color to perfection. So those are $22 each and also available now.
Okay, last thing we have is from Viseart. This is the Viseart Etendu collection. Did I say that kind of right? I think I said that just like...
Semi-right. I reckon there was...
This much right.
I think there was a percentage of correctness in there.
I think there was. It's 2 palettes. We've got 2 new palettes from Viseart. They are both 12 pan palettes. So apparently, I think these are inspired by the 20s. So one of them is kind of cool toned and quite sparkly. I think it's very pretty. And then one is a bit more like colourful-ish.
But dark.
I kind of like it.
Look, I'm on the fence about this. Mm-hmm. The colourful one reminds me a lot of a shimmery version of their dark mattes.
Yeah.
And they have banged on with that palette. They put some of those shades in a format similar to this.
Yeah.
So they're sort of repeating colour stories a lot.
Yeah.
And the cooler toned sort of nude one is also very, very reminiscent of past palettes they've had. So I feel like they're very stuck in the way they construct colour stories. It's either dark colour or pinky nude, or nude or purpley nude. So even though there's a new, they feel like there's something I've seen time and time again.
Yeah.
Again, if I swatched this nude one, would I possibly want to buy it? Maybe. But if I swatched it alongside the couple of palettes that I own from them, would I need this? And the answer would probably be no.
No.
So I feel like that's their Achilles heel. They have really great formulas. They have nice size pans.
Yeah.
I just feel like they are not innovative at all. I'm not saying that they need to reinvent the wheel. I'm just saying they shouldn't release the same colour story time and time again.
And it does feel like they do that.
Yeah.
Or it feels like the colour story is so similar to one that they released recently that there's no point in getting that one. You'll wait for the next one. But then that colour story looks similar to the one they released before. And in your mind, you're like, yeah, but that looks similar to the one I've already got. And it just sort of spirals from there.
I think it's also problematic if you can't access them in store like we can't.
Yeah.
And you can't see them and swatch them side by side and go, do I like the slightly mauvier one or the slightly peachier one or the slightly pinkier one? I don't know. And then all of a sudden it just feels like analysis paralysis. So I like their formula. I like their format of palettes.
Yeah, so do I.
I just wish they had someone else that put in some creative ideas so the palettes didn't feel like
so similar.
It's like whenever we talk about their new releases,
we do. We say
it's
that
the same shit every time, and that's what is so disappointing. And I feel like that can also be the death of a brand. Like, I think Bare Minerals is the same as that. Great formula, banging on the same colour stories time and time again. And I just struggle. But I like them.
Okay, guys, that's it. We are calling it quits.
Yes.
It's nearly midnight. My mum's already called me once. Where are you?
And because it's nearly midnight,
yes,
we have forgotten to get the VIP.
We have. You're all VIPs.
You're all VIPs.
You are
Consider
all the
yourself
most valuable player MVPs. Yes, consider yourself all MVPs.
Very important
and VIPs.
peoples.
Yep, that's correct. You actually are. But we do have some emojis because Kat was working on that while I was ranting about something else, which is fantastic. Teamwork makes dream work. Kat, what are our emojis?
You've got them in front of you, Hailey.
I
You
do.
go for it.
Okay, we have disgusting things.
Yeah.
Which you'll find everywhere in this episode. What would you call that? Germs.
Germs.
Yeah.
We have
a petri dish and we have a crystal ball.
And take the first word of that. Crystal
Ball.
And what does that lead to? What release was that related
tell
to?
us.
Yes, in the comments, please do.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Notes be gone.
Notes be gone. Mike, be gone.
Bye. See ya.
We love you. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Hipdot ×2.
Oh, Hipdot. We love Hipdot so much so that we are going to talk about the new Tapatio. What is
Tapatio.
good? Tapatio. I'm
Oh my God.
I'm actually like crying so much right now.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't fucking pop an eyelash off or like.
Wait, do you have a microphone on?
No, fuck!